Monday. Monday, May 3rd.
Good morning. It's Monday, May 3rd, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Tai Chi. We're here to practice Yang style Tai Chi. And today we are here to finish the physical part. Okay, so we're going to finish the physical part of this 16 class set. So it's 8 weeks, 2 classes each week. This is the last week. If you're here, congratulations. So today what I want to do is focus on the physical movements in the form. We review the whole thing quickly, right? Because this is reminding you of the things that we have already covered. Not something, I'm not going to try and introduce new things today. The same thing tomorrow, except for the internal work. And we'll do a little bit of review on the physical outward movements as well. Let's get started. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Yeah. Bounce a little bit if you feel it. You can relax a little bit. That's the goal, right? That's what we've been working on. Bend the knees just a little bit. Open the back. Pull up through the center. Shoulders down and relax. Wiggle your fingers. Hands down at your sides. And hands circle to the front. Back around to the center. Up along center line. And reach out over the legs. Bend through the hip, not through the waist. And stretch out. Remember, keep your shoulders down. The arms should be slightly rounded, not stiff. And everything moves. Smile. Keep the knees bent. Don't stiffen or straighten the knees. We want to open the joints through this exercise, not tighten them. And yes, your hip is a joint. Stretch out. Shoulders too. And roll up through the back. One more time, stretch out. Pull up and in through the abs as you go over. Start at the bottom and roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. And stretch up. Fingertips reach up. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. And relax for just a second. Open just a little bit wider. We're going side to side. About double, give or take. And I'm on my right, you're on your left. We're straight across, no up and down, remember? Straight across. Work the back of your leg and start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Relax, straighten. Circles, outward circle, knee goes around the toes, knee does not go beyond the toes. Just the inside of the foot to the outside of the foot. It looks bigger because everything is moving. The ankle is moving, so it makes the knee movement look bigger. It's not. Knee over the foot. On the right, circle, no up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Come center and straighten. All right, relax. Just for a second. I'm going to get a little sip of coffee here. I've been working on something else, a little story, and I was up late working on it, and it feels really good. So I'm really happy about. I'm really happy about it. Hands behind your back. Stand straight. Shift to left. Open to right. Transfer the weight. Bring the leg through. Shift forward. Remember, as you transfer the weight through, bring your hip with you so that your hip is over your heel. Keep the foot flat. Open the toes. All right? Don't grip so much that you close your foot. Open it. And don't open it too much. It's turn here, right there. It's 45. It's not 90. This is 90. That's too much. 45. Thank you. And step through. All right. Relax. I've talked about this repeatedly. As we step, and it's important for our practice stepping as well as for our form. As we step, foot position in the current movement, whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're moving into right now, your foot position needs to be correct. As you start the change between this posture and the next posture, pay attention to where your foot needs to be to set yourself up for that step. I used to play pool. And as you would make one shot, part of the goal, at least mine was, if you're playing a good game, part of the goal is to set the ball up so that you've got your next shot and maybe your next 3 shots if you've got that skill. All right, so we're doing the same kind of thing here with our footwork. Balance and placement, position of the foot is going to set us up for the next posture. Let's practice. Feet together, stand straight. Relax through the upper back. Tuck the chin just a little bit. Make sure your knees are bent. Open the hip. Open the mid-back. Here and here. Salute. Transfer the weight to the right. Open the left. We're paying attention to physical movements today, remember? Arms up. There's substance here. And down. Everything should have substance. Open. Where's your foot? Set yourself up. Step through. And do it again. Turn the toes. Step through. Turn the waist. Pull down, shift back. Press. Both arms open. Push. Turn. Single whip. Right hand reaches out, left hand extends front, right hand extends back. And elbows drop in, wrist circle, hand circle, and come up, raise your hands. Turn, white crane spreads its wings. Drop the elbow and turn, brush knee. Step up, pull down, hands strum the loop. Turn, brush knee, brush knee again, where's your foot? And brush knee, and where's your foot? And brush knee, step up, hand strum the loop, brush knee one more time, shift back, parry, and punch. Shift back, close the door, turn, crossing hands, palms up, press down, close foot, salute. Okay. Several things that I'm going to talk about. First, and I'm emphasize your footwork here. So I'm going to talk about that first. Right? As we start, then we're going to review this. You're going to do this with me, so pay attention. This is the pay attention review part. As we get started, we're here. Watch feet down here. Feet. Okay. Shift. Open. 45. And step through, right? Shift back, turn, 45, and step through again. Right here, we've taken 3 steps-ish. Transfer the weight, translate to where I'm here, and I get here, and now I get here. Just 3 foot positions, right? 3 foot positions. 1, 2, 3. We got into each of those through changing our weight, shifting back and forth, turning the foot. That's how we got there. This set here needs to be solid. It all needs to be solid, but this one especially, because we're not moving for several more postures. Feet don't go anywhere. I'm here. My feet aren't going anywhere. My waist turns. I turn around. I shift. Press. Push. It's not until I start the turn for single whip that my feet go anywhere. Paying attention to your step, paying attention to your balance. Where are my feet? How did I get there? Let's do just this first part, and I'm going to, we're going to work through this, I'm going to use what would be probably a more normal size step as we work through these postures. The full set in this room has to be done with a smaller step. And I've talked about this previously, and as I'm focused on footwork, you need to be in control of your step so that when you have more space, when you have less space, it doesn't matter. You can decide how big or how small your step is going to be. The key is that it needs to be consistent. You should not have a small step here and a big step there. There's, in yang style, we don't have that variation. Small step here, big step there. There's some stepping methods, but there's no time when I'm going to do brush knee in one instance with a very small step, and in another instance I'm going to do brush knee with a larger step. It's going to be the same in both places. If it's not, I'm not paying attention to the principle that underlies yang style, which says that the forms should be consistent. If it's large, it stays large. If it's small, it stays small. There's no swapping them in and out and playing with that. And that's true in most systems. The system either has it built in or not. And it's not something that you go and there's let me see if I can say this another way. In my 45 years of study, what I've found is that the combinations of movements in the different systems, in Tai Chi systems, and Bagua and Xingyi, have been developed and refined such that they make sense as they are. I don't need to go and fiddle and twiddle with them. Alright? This is good. The principles behind the forms give me all the flexibility that I want in how I'm going to practice. They do. For yang style, be consistent. It's the first part of the form. Little bit bigger step, and I'm going to relocate my cat first. Shin, you gotta reload. Reload. Over here. Thank you. Alright. Little bit bigger step. Not huge. Little bit bigger step. Just this first part. Feet together. Stand straight. Relax. Salute. Transfer the weight to the right. Open left. Center. Arms up. Press down. Shift left, open right. Transfer the weight through. Ward off. Step. Pull down. Watch the foot. Turn. And step through. Right here. And turn. Shift. And press. And shift. And push. One more time. Start with, we're going to start with feet shoulder width apart. We just did the opening. Arms up. Press down. Shift left, open right, set yourself up. Ward off. Step through. Ward off, pull down. Turn. Pay attention to that foot. Set yourself up. Step through. Ward off, pull down, and turn. Use the waist. Press. Shift back. Push. All right, relax for a second. The turn for single whip. We need to make sure that we set ourselves up for that, okay? If the footwork's off just a little bit here, you can probably compensate it more or less. If we don't turn the back foot, it's really hard to get around for single whip. So I'm here. This is my front foot. It's going to become my back foot. Just push, circle, and right here, I've taken the weight all onto my left. My hip is open. I can turn my leg, right? And I'm going to say this again. I've talked a lot about opening the hip, all right? In this move, we're going to use that because it needs to be a turn of the whole leg, not just the foot. And so I turn my foot here and I got some weird kind of thing going on in my hip, but it's sort of okay. No. Turn the whole thing. Turn the leg. Push. Shift on to the left. All the weight's off of the left. You can turn the leg. You can. And shift back. Reach out. Open. Relax. The key is taking enough of the weight off of the turning leg and adjusting the angle of the body so that you can actually turn the leg, right? Let me go this way. I'm going to turn to that way. Right here. My weight's over here now. I can do this. And shift back. Right? This needs to come around enough so that as you step out, you're in a correct position. So this is 45 and this is straight. I need to come back to this position. Shift, turn, shift. Shift, turn the leg, turn in the hip. Push, shift, turn in the hip, shift back, over the heel, and step out. Again. Push, shift, turn through the hip, bring the toes around, turn, set, step out. Knowing where you're going, knowing where your weight is, or is not, being able to decide what you're going to do, which position you're going to, what you're going to do next. That is part of what we practice, right? We have a number of moves where there are opportunities to raise the hands. Right? We have, at the very beginning, right after single whip, we have a move called raise your hands. Shift, bring the elbows in, raise the hands. Right after that, we have white crane spreads its wings, which is a different move, but to someone who is not looking for it, and just what are the differences, how do we put this together, can seem similar. Hand strum the lute. I can do my right hand too. Very similar. They look similar. The intent behind them, and I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow, the intent behind these three is different. The dynamic of movement behind these three is different. They only look sort of kind of the same when you don't know what to look for. Real quick, on the physical side, raise your hands. I'm here in this direction, right? Single whip. I'm in. Big circle. Raise your hands. Open and close. White crane spreads its wings. Turn, right? I'm opening outward, not closing inward. Okay, and hand strum the lute. Very, very similar to raise your hands. Down, around, close. Up from underneath and turn. How did I get there? It's different. I talked a lot about, let's do this real quick. I'm going to turn around, follow me, we're going to do 3 times each. Start from single whip, raise your hands. Shift, and circle in, hand circle up on the toe, on the heel. Single whip, shift, on the heel. One more time. Shift, and up. White crane spreads its wings. Yeah, we'll start this way. From hand strum, from raise your hands. Turn the heel. Right hand drops down. Left hand circles. Open. Both hands open. It's actually both arms open. Turn. Open from the back. Right hand's going up, left hand's going down. And turn. Hand strum the lute. From brush knee. Step up. Right hand pull down, left hand come from underneath. Brush knee. Right hand reaches forward. Step behind the left, pull down, come from underneath, and turn. One more. Pull down, from under, and turn. Okay? This pull down, and come from underneath, and turn, is how we get into Shou Hui Pi Pa, hand strum the lute. Started out talking a lot about stepping. I'm going to talk just a teeny bit about brush knee. I beat up on this quite a bit. As we step, and this is a great exercise, by the way. Just this all by itself. And I can turn around and go back the other way. It's kind of like doing laps in a pool. You just keep going. Alright, this series gives us a little bit better sense than some of the other combinations of how Tai Chi can travel. It's not stand here, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, stand here some more, and do. No, we get to move. We get to do a bunch of stuff that we don't do in the first part of the form. But all right, so understanding how the stepping method, the weight changes, and the dynamic of momentum with brush knee gives us a great deal of insight to how the movements can be used to travel. Just everything can travel. We can do a lot of things with that. All right. As we come to the end of the form, we have several things that are more about placement than footwork, right? So the turn for single whip, we must pay attention to the footwork. If the foot doesn't come around, it's not going to happen. We're not going to be going back the other way. For all of our other movements, we have a general open to 45, move forward, open to 45, move forward, turning and changing, all going in the same direction. So once we turn around, we're going in the same direction until we get to the very end. Okay? As we go through each of those moves, we have to pay attention to our footwork. At the very beginning, which I just covered, we have a series where the feet don't go anywhere. I'm here, my feet aren't supposed to go anywhere. They're supposed to be solid. At the end of the form, we have a series that asks us to move through and be solid. You can't deflect anything and not be solid about it. All right, so we're here, shift. This has to be, back here, has to be solid as this turns. Because the intent is that there's something here that I'm moving out of my way. Right? So here, shift back, deflect downward, hold the fist here. I need to be solid over, get ready. This is my preparation. Get ready on this leg as I transfer through so that I can come down solid over my receiving leg. Right? I don't want to be, where am I going? No, I know I'm going here. This is where I'm going here. Right there. Know where you're going. Right? Shift, turn, step through. Place your foot. Shift, right here. This one has to be solid because you're going to step through on it and punch. Set yourself up for the next move. All right? Start with brush knee. Relax. Shift back. Set yourself up. Where's your hip? Down. Sink into your leg. Sink. Sink more. Step from underneath. Punch from under to up. Again, brush knee. Shift back. Set yourself up. Again, set yourself up. Punch through. Push into the back leg. Shift back. Set your right, push into the back leg. Using that back leg, using your heel, using the root that you obtain through keeping your foot well placed and connecting it, we'll talk more about that tomorrow, and connecting it gives you more strength than you have if you're only using physical effort. Physical effort has to be there. The physical part's necessary. But if you're working with the internal workmanship, nagel, the forms will be stronger and more coherent, and there's a laundry list of things. All right? At the very end, right? So we just did this. Just shift back, deflect downward, parry and punch. Shift back, close the door. Where's my feet? Didn't go anywhere. One more turn. Close the door. Shift back. Both arms open. Left toes turn in. Right foot circles around. Crossing hands. Palms extend. And press down. Remember that as we're doing close the door. Right? Shift back. This arm comes behind and this pulls back. My opponent has my wrist, not anymore. It's the easiest way to explain it, right? So here, underneath, shift back, both arms open, palms turn over, and this closes in. Right? And remember I talked about it's a 2-panel door. Both panels are open to either side, and we're going to take them and close them. This movement has the meaning of push. It can also have the meaning of ward off. An, pang, both are part of. An is push, pang is ward off. These are both part of this move. So, open and close. Palms kind of tend to face front. If it's not this kind of a face front. So, from here, open here, big circle, foot turns, hands come up across, right hand's on the outside. Second part of the form. Or in our case, open and return, restoring the form. Alright? With me 3 times. Just this last part. Punch. Left foot front. Shift back. Close the door. Turn. Circle. Right hand circles in. Crossing hands. Punch. Left hand comes under. Shift back. Open. And close the door. Turn. Crossing hands. One more time. Punch. Left hand underneath. Shift back. Close door. Turn. Crossing hands. Palms extend. Press down. Left closes. Salute. You did it. Not me, you. Thank you for being here. I will be back tomorrow to cover the internal aspects for this. Today, we finished the coverage of the first part, physical movements. And if you've been with me through these last 8 weeks, I'm betting you can do most of this on your own. You have to think about it a little bit maybe, but you can do it. See you tomorrow. Thank you.